don't
All right.
blow the horn. Oh, yeah, blow the horn. Registry.
Young man Mike. On your Howard though?
Oh, hold on 1 second. What the source at?
Go ahead.
Young man Mike. Bun your Howard though?
Bun
Yashala.
Young man Mike. Bun Yahawada. Bun Yashala.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakathon.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakathon.
Go on with it. Put a cup there right here, right?
Concept.
La Yashala.
La Yashala.
La
Yashala.
How y'all want? Imagine you need to stand. Hakwayadam. Yapar Hakwadam, which means to turn and face the east. Well, straight ahead. Yeah.
Right. All right, now we're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the Lashawan Kodash. All right. Abanao. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakutka. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Dalano. Lacham. Kal. Yawam. Wasalaknao. Kabawathno. Kasalaknao. Kabawathyanao. Wala'ah. Tabia'ayanao. Banasayawan. Abo. Hawashayano. Mayan. Rai. Hayah. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wathapara. I will love you. Amen. What we said was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory forever. So be it. All right, next up is the rank blessing prayer. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai. Wamayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Matazab Ya'ah. Alawap Yahana. Ha Alawapyum. Hasaranyum. Hakwatazayanyum. Hachayayelyum. Waha'akwatyan. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The water Aman. What we said was, bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yahana. The generals. The captain. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. All right. Next up is the power prayer. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Baba Koshah.
Baba Kushah.
Nathan Lanoah.
Lelanoah.
Hakak.
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 Lara Pa'ah.
La Rapa'ah.
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Wakal Madawa.
Wakal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Hamatazarayim.
Hamatazarayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakuyim.
Lahakuyim.
Hamathium.
Amathium.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al-Rakawa.
Al-Rakawa.
Hatama Allah.
Atama Allah.
Lagarashan.
Regarishan.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
All right. Now what we said. It's like, what's up?
So we need to switch those prayers. The second and the third.
Oh, come on.
Hakak comes before the blessings prayer.
All right. It's like it. What we said was, Lord, in the name of Yahushai.
Lord, in the name of Yahushai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, next up was Psalm chapter 121. Asha.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahariam.
Al-Hahariam.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Izaria.
Azaria.
Izaria.
Azaria.
Ma'aim.
Ma'aim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayan.
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arataza.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Walala.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasharala.
Yashala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yanyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'a.
La'a.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Bayayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makaurai.
Makaurai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'athka.
Taza'atka.
Wabawa'aka.
Wabawa'aka.
Mayatha.
Mayatha.
Wa'aid.
Wa'aid.
Iwulam.
Iwulam.
What we said was, I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
For even forevermore.
All right, the last prayer is the Psalm chapter 83. Okay. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Thacharash.
Al-Thacharash.
Wa Al-Thashakwat.
Al-Thashakwat.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Hana.
Awayabyaka.
Awayabyakan.
Yahama Yawan.
Yawaha.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Aimaka.
Ya'iram Salakia. Ya'i Rayamwa.
Ya'i Rayamwa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Ya'i Tazawa.
Ya'i Tazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakhiyadam.
Wanakakhiyadam.
Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala'a.
Walala.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasharala.
Sham Yashala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Haya.
Haya.
Nawa'ai Tazawa.
Nawa'ai Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka.
Bar Yath. Yakarathwa.
Yakarwathwa.
Ahalia. Adawam. Wa Yashamayala. Yam Mawaaba. Wa Hagarium. Gabal. Wa Aimawan. Wa Aimalak. Palashath. Aim Yashabia. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zarawai. Labanya. Lawat. Salah. Aisha. Laham. Kamadyan. Kasaya. Sara'ah. Kayabyan. Banakal. Koyashwan. Nashamadwa. Ba'ayan. Da'ira. Hayawa. Daman. La'adama. Shayathamwa. Nada. Yab Mawa. Ka'irab. Wa Kazaabwa. Wa Katazalmanai. Say it one more time. Wa Katazalmanai. Zalmanai. Yeah.
Katazalmanai.
Kal. Nasayakamwa. Aishar. Amarwa. Nayarasha. Lanawa. Ath. Na'awath. Alahayam. Alahaya. Shayathamwa. Kagalgala. Kakwash. Lapanya. Rawakwa. Ka'ash. Thaba'ira. Ya'ira. Wa Kalahaba. Thalahat. Harayam. Khan. Tharadapma. Basa'iraka. Wabasa. Wapathka. Tabahalam. Mala'ah. Panyaham. Kwalawan. Waya. Bakwashwa. Shunka. Yahawa. Yabashwa. Waya. Bahalwa. Aid. Waya. Kaparwa. Waya Abadwa. Waya Da'aiwa. Kaya Atha. Shimka. Yahawa. Labadka. Alyawan. Al-Kalha. Arataza. And what we said was, keep not thou silence. O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still. O Yahweh. For lo. Thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee. Have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel. Against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur has also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kaisan. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles. Like Oreb. And like Zeeb. Yea. All their princes as Zabah.
all their princes as Sabbath,
and as Zalmunna,
who
said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession.
In possession.
Oh my God. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth a wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. And troubled. Forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone is Yahweh. Art the most high. Over all the earth.
All right. Well, where they get God loves everybody out of that?
Don't say Christ. Do I blow the horn again, sir?
Go ahead. Sounds like war coming. Oh, yeah, sounds like war coming.
I feel like I hit a different note.
Y'all can be seated. Take it the other side.
Oh, gosh.
Is it on top of the what's name? Yeah. We go with Shabia. Everybody can be seated. Most High in Christ. All right, we can clap it up, man. Clap it up for another Sabbath service. Give it up for the Lord, man.
Damn right.
Give it up for the Lord. All right, but today is ISUBK San Antonio Sabbath service, and once again, this is part of our culture. This is what we do every Sabbath day, man, because the Lord said keep the Sabbath day holy. You know what I mean? Meaning separate from all the other days. This is the day of rest. After he made the whole earth, on this day, he rested. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And he for the Israelites, right? Today is supposed to be the day of rest. We're supposed to be rested. But there's some brothers that's out there going to camp right now. So we don't want to rest, right? We don't want to rest. We want to go out there and raise the nation of the Lord. You know what I mean? That's what we want to go do. We want to go build the nation of the Lord.
Right.
Bring blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans back together under Christ and under the Most High, man. That's what we want to do. Right. That's what we want to do. That's why we're here right now. You raising your hand?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that, you know, what you're saying is correct, because today is the Sabbath, which is our day of rest. We got brothers that are still putting in work every single weekend. They're putting in overtime, right? So the same, I mean, it's easy for us in the world to go and put in overtime for a slave master, right? You know what I'm saying? To try to get some extra money. Well, we our treasures in heaven, right? So we're going to put in overtime to make sure that this kingdom is brought forth at a much faster rate. And how much faster could it be done if we are putting in that overtime and coming in and, you know what I'm saying, holding Sabbath service, holding camp during, you know, what do we do, Friday and Saturday?
Yeah.
We're trying to get Sunday also. I mean, you know, it's just, it shows the amount of effort that our school puts in, because we really are trying to make the kingdom of heaven on this earth. And it doesn't come without putting in the work. So that's just what I want to mention. Slack.
No, that's excellent. That's excellent, because we do the work of the Lord. You know what I mean? That's not servile work. You feel me? Like, so we're doing the work of the Lord. The work of the Lord is where it's said, man. That's how we're gonna stop people from. That's how we're gonna stop our babies from being murdered in elementary school. Mm-hmm. That's how we're gonna stop our elderly from being murdered at Tops grocery store.
Right.
That's how we're gonna do it, by putting in the Lord's work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And raising the nation. That way we can get out of this place, man. We can get out of the hells of America, man. Because that's what this is. This is the hells of America. That's what this is, man. While everybody else comes here to find heaven, or to find to be what they call it, the land of opportunity. Right. Everybody comes here to find the land of opportunity. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are here dying every single day, man. Every single day. There was a church that was just shot up the other day. Right. There was a hospital that was just shot up the other day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then there was an elementary school that was just shot up the other day. An elementary school. Then there was a grocery store that was shot up just a couple weeks ago. Does it ever stop here? No, it never stops here, man. That's why it's up to the Most High and Christ to come destroy this place, man. Because this place needs to be destroyed.
Damn right.
Homosexuals running rampant. They just reversed the Roe versus Wade. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then there's actually brothers and sisters out there protesting it because they want to have abortions, because they want to just have sex all willy-nilly, and when the product of sex comes, which is a baby, they just want to go abort it. They just want to go abort it. Well, you know what's best for abortion is to not have sex until you've proven that person.
Damn right.
That's the best way. That's the best way to stop abortion. That's the best way to stop abortion. They give you Plan B pills and condoms and everything else, but the best way to stop abortion is with the Lord's with the Lord's laws, the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, man. That's how you stop abortion. Let's go ahead and get to it. Salaki.
All right, no sweat. We was in Genesis chapter 6 and verse 15.
All right, let me get there. Genesis chapter 6, verse 16.
15, Salaki.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 15.
Come on, sir.
Bible. Oh no, I ain't even go to interlinear. I'm tripping. Genesis chapter 6 and 15.
Also, like, you can go ahead and put her name on here too in the attendance.
Has anybody checked in?
Sir.
It's probably because I ain't shared it.
I just put it on everything just now.
Okay.
Did you find it?
Yep.
Okay, correct.
I gotta find my phone, my other phone, so I can. There we go.
Genesis 6. All right. I'll kind of follow. I'll go with you so we can kind of break it down, where phrase by phrase. This is what waza'ah.
Waza'ah.
Mm-hmm. Ashar.
Ashur.
Ta'asha.
Ta'asha.
Mm-hmm. Atha.
Atha.
Shalash.
Shalash.
Ma'awath.
Ma'awath.
Mm-hmm.
Amah.
Mm-hmm. Arak.
Arak.
Hathaba.
Hathaba.
Hamashayim.
Hashemayim. Amah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, you
go Rahabath.
Rahabah. Khan. That's good. Go ahead.
You're gonna get good with the repetition. You're gonna get good with it.
Washalashim.
Washalash. Amath.
Mm-hmm. Amath. Yeah, Amath. Kwawamatha.
Kwawamatha.
All right. Verse 16.
I can't see.
Verse 16 starts with Tazahar.
You said 16, bro.
Yeah, you're right there.
All right.
Tazahar.
Tazahor.
Mm-hmm. Ta'asha.
Ta'asha.
Lathaba.
Lathaba.
Wa'al.
Wa'al. Amath.
Amath. Yep. Okay. Thakalana.
Thakalana.
Mala Ma'aila.
Ma'aila.
Wapatha. Watha Pacha. What's like you? Wapatha. Watha Pach. The last letter is Cha, like a Cha. So it has to be Thach. So it's wapa tha.
Wapa ka.
Hathaba.
Hatba.
Batazada.
Bas. Ba. Sizada.
Thashayam.
Basayum.
Thakha thayam. Thakha thayam.
Taka. Tayum.
Shanayam.
Shanayum.
Where it says like night vision.
Washalashyam.
Wa.
Yeah,
Wa.
shalash.
Lashim.
Yum.
It's on night vision. It's just not.
Tha'aisha.
Taisha.
Because the one that looks like a Y, that's actually I. It's pronounced I. All right, so it's Tha'aisha.
Council.
Verse 17. Wa'anaya.
Wa. Maya.
Hananaya.
Hananaya.
Mabaya'a.
Wabanaya.
Atha.
Atha.
Hamabawal. Hamabawal.
Haba. Wa. Now.
Mayam.
Mayum.
Al.
Al.
Ha'arataza.
Rapza.
Lashachat.
Shaka.
Kal.
Kal. Basar.
Bashar, go ahead.
Ashar.
Bawa.
Bawa.
Rawah.
Ah.
Khayayam.
Hayum.
Mathakath.
Metakaf.
Hashemayam.
Hashemayim.
Kal.
Ka. Ashar. Baratazar.
Waga. It's like it. Yaga waya.
Raga. Awa.
All right, verse 18. Yeah, that's a long letter. Wahakwa mathaya. Just do it one letter at a time. Wahakwa mathaya.
Mataya.
And then atha.
Atha.
Barayatya.
Barathya.
Athak.
Thak.
Waba'ath.
Wawa. Ah.
Hathaba.
Hataba.
Atha. Wabanayak.
Waba. Na. Yak.
Wa'ashathka.
Wa.
Wa'ashathka.
Wa'ashathka.
All right. Wanashaya.
Wanashaya.
Banakal.
Banakal.
It's like Banayak. My bad. Banayak.
Banayak.
Athak.
Athak.
All right. Verse 19. So Wamakal.
Wamakal. Haya.
Hakaya.
Hakaya.
There you go. Makal.
Makal.
Bashar.
Bashar.
Shanayam.
Shanayam. Makal.
Thabaya'a.
Tabaya'a.
Al.
Al.
Hathaba'a.
Hathabaya.
Found this is
Lahakayat.
Lahaya. Kaya.
Athak.
Athak.
Zakar.
Zakar.
Wanakwa ba'a.
Nawa Kwaba'a.
Yahaya. Slakia. Yahayawa.
Yahayawa.
All right, verse 20 of the birds, it says, Maha'ai. Maha Slakia. Maha'aiwa.
Maha'aiwa.
Lamayana Hawa. Lamanaya.
Let me Hawa Ayuwa.
Lamahaya Nawa Nahawa or whatever, something like that. Wamawa.
Wa Yuma.
Wamawa. Okay. Oh no, that's an N. That's an N. Okay, so it's Waman. That's what it is.
Waman.
Habaha ma. It's like here. Habaha ma. Yeah. Haba hamaha.
Habaham.
Yeah, those are all H's right there. So
Habaham.
haba ha ma.
Habaham ma. Bam.
Lana yan la ma yana.
Ma yana.
Macau.
Macau.
Ramash.
Mash. Hadamar. Makaza.
Harada. Ha'adama. That's what it is. Ha'adama. Lamaya na hawa.
Lamana Yahawa.
Shanayam.
Shanayam.
Macau.
Macau.
Yabaawa.
Yabaawa.
Ayalak. So like it. Alayak.
Alayalak.
Lahaka Yawath.
Lahaka Yawat.
All right, verse 21. La'atha.
Lahata. Kwa. Laka.
Macau.
Me.
And then this one.
Miaka.
Ma'aka.
Asar.
Sure, yep. Ya'aka.
Yaaka.
Wa'asapath. Wa'asapath.
Wasapath.
So Alayak.
Alayak.
Wahaya.
Aka.
Laka, there you go. Walaham.
Akla.
La'akalha.
Akalia.
That's the end of verse 21.
Let's go to the English.
All right, go ahead and just start with verse 15.
That's 7?
Yeah, we did from 15 to 21.
You know, he's the brightest brother in the world. I can count. He sounds like 6. But go ahead.
Until 15.
Concert right.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 15. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits. The breadth of its 50 cubits.
Right. So what the Most High is doing, the Most High is giving instruction on how to create the ark. He's basically giving instruction on how not to be destroyed, and why not to and how not to destroy the animals that's going to be on the ark. So he's giving them instructions on how to build the ark, how long to make it. It's very precise. You know what I mean? It's very precise. It's just like It's just like the animals that chew the cud but don't divide the hoof, they're unclean to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's very, very precise. It ain't no way around it. It ain't no, you know what I mean? No iffy, no in between. It's very precise. And that's what Noah was doing. Noah was following that those orders precisely, just like we do here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And of course, just in case those who don't know, a cubit is an ancient form of measurement, which is it varies from person to person technically, but it is very similar for each person. It's from, like, you make a closed fist, it goes from your fist to your elbow. So when he said 300 cubits, so the ark is 300 of these.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? And then what did it say, like 50 wide? So he was giving the dimensions, and that's how, anybody with the arm can figure out what that dimension is just from that. So, like, go ahead.
Come. And the height of it, 30 cubits.
Okay.
Right, and the height of it, 30 cubits again.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so 30 of these, like Ayala, like the priest was bringing out. Go ahead.
Come. A window shall thou make to the ark.
Is that a window that thou shalt make into the ark? Go ahead.
And in a cubit shall thou finish it above.
Okay, go ahead.
And the door of the ark shall thou set in the side thereof.
Now it's telling them to put a door in the side of the ark.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So it's and I don't think it mentions the length of the door. Yeah, it don't mention the length of the door. But now he's telling them to bring a door, put a door in the middle of the ark, so people can, so you can get in, the animals can get in, everybody can get in. You know what I mean? Everything can get in. Go ahead.
With lower, second, and third stories.
Right. It's a three-story ark. You know what I mean? I imagine it was kind of fly. You know what I mean? Coated in the Titanic. You feel me? You feel me? I was like, because I believe because the Most High inspired it, so I'm pretty sure it was coated in the Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 3 stories high. You got 3 stories high. Go ahead.
Shalt thou make it?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17. And behold, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth.
Right. Just Most High telling you, like, I'm bringing a flood of waters upon the earth. We're gonna flood this place out.
Right.
That's what he said. We're gonna wash away. They don't want to do what I say. They want to do it. They want to do what they want to do. They want to be evil and wicked and violence, like we brought out last week because it was so violent. Right. He said that's so what we gonna do is I'm gonna flood the earth. And Noah, you gonna be good as long as you follow my instructions. Just like now, he's telling everybody, I'm gonna bring thermonuclear fire to the earth, and that's what the Most High is telling us now. And he said, but Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, if you follow my instructions, you gonna be good. That's basically what's good. That's basically what's going on. Go ahead, Art.
Saki, I got a precept just to line it up with what you were saying, because Christ mentioned the same thing. Matthew chapter 24, verse 37. He says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right.
For verse 38, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Right, because when Noah was building the ark, they was looking like, what the hell is he doing?
Right.
Yep. No, you don't need the big boat. You know what I mean? Right. That's what they were calling. You don't need the big boat. What the hell are you doing? Man, let's go back and do what we was doing.
Boy in a cult.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? That's basically what they were talking about. No, so when we be on the corners telling everybody what's going on out of the Bible, they walk right past us. We don't know what you're talking about. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. God loves everybody and keep on pushing. All right, no sweat.
That's right.
Well, in the time of Noah, they did the same exact thing. They didn't believe Noah. Right? So just like in today's time, they don't believe us out there on them corners.
Right.
teaching. They don't believe these classes. They don't believe us coming out this Bible. The same thing's going to happen. That's why they're out here getting married, twerking on Facebook,
right,
and TikTok, and everything is going on like normal. Meanwhile, there's death all around them.
Right.
And they don't know, and they see it, but they don't know what to do. Right? Only if they listen to a priest and a prophet of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Go ahead.
There's a saying that goes, if you go with the flow, then you can go with the flow. Meaning, like, if you go with society and the way everybody is, then you're going to go with the flow, like the way all those people that fell into that flood are going to end up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you're seeing out there. People out there eating and drinking and just going like everything's normal. But we know what time it is, because we know we're in Babylon the Great, and that this time is coming to a close where, you know, this kingdom is definitely falling apart at the seams, and people are ignoring it.
I'm right.
You know what I'm saying? They seen they gas prices go up, food prices doubling. What I heard that there was a bunch of chicken, like multiple chicken farms that got taken out. Some of the biggest chicken farms in the whole country just went up in flames. So we're going to be falling behind on chicken. We're going to be falling behind on eggs. All sorts of stuff is going to make, you know, matters even worse. But people are just, you know, like I said, they stuck in their zone, just going about their way. There's one more verse on here. It says, verse 39 says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right. Because when Christ's going to come, he's going to take them all the way.
Right.
And he's going to set everything right. He's going to set everything right. All these different genders that are out here are not going to be out here anymore.
Right.
All these different ways of living that's out here right now, smoking weed and getting dreads and Buddha and all of they're not going to be here no more. They're not going to be here no more. Krishna with the 6-7 arms, not going to be here no more. Ishtar, not going to be here no more.
Right.
How they say when in Rome? What happened?
Do as the Romans do.
Oh, yeah. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Well, we're going to be in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm talking about? And you're going to do as in the kingdom of heaven does. Which means you're going to keep that Sabbath day.
No more pork, shrimp, crab,
right.
and lobster.
No more pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. No more of that. No more Christmas. No more Thanksgiving. No more Easter. So everybody that's out here that's celebrating Easter this year, next year, you might not celebrate Easter. It might not be no Easter next year. You know what I mean? Now everybody's trying to get Christmas. Christmas might not show up this year, depending on if the Most High want to send Christ back. It's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? And it was just like that in the time of Noah. It was out there doing all the wickedness, doing whatever thing, and then all of a sudden the flood came, and then they wanted to get in the boat. That big boat they were talking about. No, that big boat. That's what they were calling it. Now they want to get in the big boat. They calling us a cult, right? Y'all in the cult. Then when Christ come, they gonna want to get in this cult,
right?
When they see everybody getting crowns, you know what I mean. All the women that left you are gonna, you know what I mean. All the women that left you told you was crazy, this, that, and the third. Then they're gonna see you getting the crown from Christ. They're gonna be like, oh my, I need to get back there with them. Mm-hmm. The doors of the ark is closed. You know what I mean? The doors of the ark is closed. We you know what I mean? We on like, and that's just how it goes. Now we can go. If we done with that precept,
come concert.
All right, we can go back to the Bible. I mean, we can go back to Genesis.
Come, sir. And behold, verse 17. And behold, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth.
Right. Keep going.
Come. To destroy all flesh.
To do what?
To destroy all flesh.
No, to love everybody.
To destroy all flesh.
To destroy all flesh. Ooh-wee. That's the Lord I serve. A terrible power.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the Lord I serve. You know what I'm talking about? The Lord I serve does not worry about bunny rabbits laying eggs and things like that. He will destroy the whole earth. That's the Lord. That's the Lord we serve, man. That's the God of this Bible. Where they get every time I talk to a Christian, they say God is love. I'm still trying to. I see the God is love. I understand that. I understand it. But how can they understand it? You know what I'm talking about? Because the Lord loved me so much, he brought me out of the world and into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You know what I mean? Real talk. Real talk. And he's trying, and he said, and then he put me under a man that's gonna that raised me up and sent me back out into the streets to bring other Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
Right.
That's how much he loves us. But I mean, his love is conditional. They say the unconditional love of the Most High. No. His love is conditional. Though that love is conditional, man, or he will destroy you. You feel me? So if you're not doing what the Lord says in the time of when Christ comes, you'll be destroyed. You will be destroyed, and that's just the Lord's judgment. Give me Deuteronomy 32:9.
Okay.
Or is it Deuteronomy 32:9 where he says, "I kill it, thou make it alive"?
Let me look that up real quick. You said Deuteronomy 32:9?
Yeah, it's like Deuteronomy 32. I know it's Deuteronomy 32. I'm just trying to figure out the verse.
Hold on, I can find it. Let me see. That's not it.
It's not Deuteronomy 32.
You talking about where he says, "I, the Lord, do all these things"?
Yep.
It's not here.
Is it? I kill it, then I make it alive.
Oh, hold on.
It's in Deuteronomy 32. I just don't know where it is in Deuteronomy 32. You don't make the blind man find it.
It's like I'm trying to see it. Wow. Man, I should know that one by heart, and I have not seen that one so many times. I mean, but First Samuel 2:6 says, "The Lord killeth and maketh alive; He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up." That's not the one you're looking for.
I wound, I heal.
I wound, I heal.
Oh well, man, just keep going on. Just keep going in Genesis. You find it for me, and then you keep going in Genesis. I wound, I heal.
Verse 17, and behold, even I,
right,
do bring a flood of waters upon the earth,
right,
to destroy all flesh.
To destroy all flesh, not some flesh, not a little bit of flesh. It said all flesh. So the Most High came to destroy in the time of Noah, and then just like Ayala just read, in the time of when the time of Son of Man come, he's going to destroy all flesh again, because it was just like that in the time of Noah. The Lord was making a comparison to that time to this time that we're in now. Oh, we go ahead talking about God is love. Go ahead.
Come.
And that's still what the Christian church is talking about. God is love. You know, though, that's still what the Christian church is talking about. Even right now, after the babies got murdered in that elementary school, they were still they didn't say anything. But I bet you in church tomorrow, they're gonna be talking about God is love. It's all gonna be all right, brother. Because you're gonna get the new house. You're gonna get that new job. Why are they worried about a new house and a new job when people are dying, being murdered? Babies are being murdered. Old people are being murdered.
I got that verse, by the way.
Young people are being murdered. And it's all because the Lord is trying to wake his people up and trying to show his people that here in the hells of America, we cannot thrive. Go ahead, give me that verse.
Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39.
Right.
See now that I, even I, am he Right. And there is no God with me.
Right. You said it's 32 and 39?
Sir.
I told you it was Deuteronomy 32. I knew it. Go ahead.
I kill.
Right.
And I make alive.
Right. So when the Most High brought those waters and destroyed all flesh, start that verse over.
Come on.
Ooh-wee.
Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he.
Right. He's he. Remember, is that what it says at the beginning of that verse? It says, even I. Right? Read that one more time.
See now that I, even I.
Now read that in Genesis 17 and or 6 and 17.
And behold, I, even I.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, the Lord is I, even I. There's nobody with the Most High when he's destroying things. Right. Go ahead. Are y'all on? Go ahead.
Come on. Even I am he, and there is no God with me.
There is no God with him. Go ahead.
I kill.
He do what?
I kill.
Man, those babies that was murdered out there, the Lord did that because he did that to show us that there's no safe place. You can't even be safe in the elementary schools here in the hell, but you can't be safe here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. He said he do what?
I kill. And I make alive.
And he make alive. So that baby that the women are killing inside of their stomach, the Lord made that possible, because if he didn't want that baby to be born, right? If he didn't want that baby to be born, he would have never got you pregnant in the first place. They're killing the Lord's creation. And the Lord said he kill it and he make it alive. Go ahead.
I wound.
He does what?
I wound. And I heal.
Right. So if you was in battle and you got wounded, the Lord wounded you. The Lord could have killed you, but he wounded you. You know what I mean? All the brothers out there in the streets that get shot up and don't die, the Lord wounded you, and then he healed you. He could have killed you. So you should be in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
You should have woke up. You should have woke up after that. Oh man, like that's the Lord is telling me I need to be around priests and prophets somewhere safer. But no, they go into the streets even harder. They go into the streets even harder, and for that they're going to be destroyed. Is there any more in that verse?
Come on.
Go ahead.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
There's what?
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Caesar Borgia can't do it. Buddha can't do it.
Right.
Allah can't do it. The Pope can't do it. Nobody can do it. Joe Biden can't do it. Trump can't do it. It's all about the Most High doing it. And he ordained his son to come and die for that nation. And when he lets his son come back, he's going to be a whole bunch of destruction out here. The angels that come with Christ, they're going to be a whole bunch of destruction out here. And they just up there waiting for the orders because they're seeing everything that's happening. They saw those babies get murdered. Is there any more on that?
Could I read verse 41?
Go ahead, man. Do your thing.
Verse 41. If I whet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies and will reward them that hate me.
We
were just saying that prayer. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
We were just reading Psalm 83 where it said that thy enemies make a tumult and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Does God love everybody if he's talking about rendering vengeance to his enemies? You know what I'm saying? Who are his enemies? That's what Christianity does not teach.
Hey, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Christianity says that everybody's friends. Everybody can get along and sing Kumbaya and hold hands around the world. You know what I'm saying? But God is saying something different here because he's been offended by his enemies.
Hey, brother, if I may. The Old Testament done away with. That's what they're gonna say. That's what they're gonna say. The Old Testament done away with because they want to be still remain filthy, rotten, child molesters, filthy, rotten, abusers of themselves with mankind. And I use it like that because that's what the Bible says. That's what the Bible says. They want to be. They want to continue to break the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord and not be judged about it. That's what happens. That's what happens. But then there's going to come a time of judgment.
That's right.
Just like in the time of Noah. It was a time of judgment. Go ahead.
And I gotta say this too.
Oh, you got something? Go ahead.
Yeah, because the Christian church is so goofy when it comes to understand that, because they think the God of the New Testament is different from the God of the Old Testament. That's why he said, I am he. When they read about, the Most High in the New Testament, or it's like when Christians hear the Old Testament, like, man, that's the God scary right here. Good thing he never have mercy, because now he's nice. He's a nice God. But Scripture says, for I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. And when you read verse 42, it says, I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain of the captives, from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it continues to go on and talk about how much God loves the children of Israel. And that's never changed. And only if you don't know the scriptures will that confuse you, because we're reading about the same God, right? The same power that raised up the other nations just so he could show his strength when he takes over things. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Can you get past me? All right. He said you have to run to the bathroom. Can you take over for him?
Yeah, no sweat. What verse was you on? 17. 17. But yeah, I'm good.
And if I may, I gotta say, I gotta say it. I gotta say it, because they're gonna say God is love and mercy and all that, right?
Yeah.
But then the Lord said he loved the children of Israel, and they're gonna say, was Noah an Israelite? Of course Noah wasn't an Israelite. But we came from the seed of Noah, basically. You know what I mean? Basically, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Because Noah was the chosen seed before the chosen seed. He's in our lineage. If we go back far enough before Abraham, Isaac, and for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Noah's in our lineage. So basically, you know what I'm talking about? He's basically an Israelite. You know what I'm talking about? He's just before the chosen. Before the nation of Israel, he was the chosen seed of it.
Right.
It's that simple, man. But these Christians, they want to be right so bad that they'll pervert the Bible, the scriptures. What's up?
Another thing too is that Christians are non-confrontational, and that's another reason why they think that way, because it's uncomfortable for them to read these scriptures and to understand exactly what it means and then believe it. It's hard for them to believe that the Most High is against somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for them to believe that, because here we are being conditioned in America to give in and to be, kind, even towards the people that hate us as they continue to destroy us. But that's exactly what Christianity was always set up to do. It was always set up to make us non-confrontational, to make us docile. And guess what? Our enemies have turned our people into a docile people.
Right.
To the point where we're docile towards our enemies, but we take it out on each other.
Right.
In the hood. We take it out on each other when we step on each other's J's. You know what I'm saying? When we push past each other in the hallway and bump into one of our brothers. You feel me? But when it comes to our enemies, you can't say all that about the white man. You can't say that about the Chinese man. All these people that are confederate against us and the Most High. Right. Look, this is what the scripture says. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says we ought to believe, like it says, they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
Right.
And the word of the Most High is the truth. And if you're not getting the whole Bible, you're not getting the whole word of the Most High. You sticking with the New Testament. You may be reading Psalms and Proverbs, because that's crazy, man. Like
and they're not reading Psalms and Proverbs because they're not reading Psalms and Proverbs because that's not that. Oh, I could think of 10 scriptures right now in Psalms and Proverbs that's just like totally against Christianity.
Exactly. And that's what we're here to put to death, because that Christian mentality is what's getting us killed. It's what's making us docile and non-confrontational, and that's what's making us weak. So we come to this truth, and then the scriptures that give you strength, because they give you the right perspective. You understand?
Right.
All right, that's it on that.
All right. We can go back to go back to Genesis. So I get to run it off at the mouth.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17. And behold, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth.
Right.
To destroy all flesh.
To do what?
To destroy all flesh.
Man, that's the God of the Bible. Go ahead.
Wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die.
Man, everything that is in the earth shall die. The Most High is not to be played with, not to be joked with. Where's the love in that? You know what I'm saying? The next verse is going to show you the love. Go ahead.
Come, verse 18.
This is how much the Most High loved Noah. Go ahead.
But with thee will I establish my covenant.
Wait. Establish what?
But with thee will I establish my covenant.
Man, didn't we just talk about that? About how is Noah an Israelite? They just told Noah he's going to establish his covenant with him, just like he did with the Israelites.
Most High in Christ.
Just like he told Abraham, I'm gonna thou seed should your seed shall man, how's it go?
That thou and thy seed shall live, or
no, thou seed shall thy son be called. Isaac.
Oh, and Abraham shall thy seed be called.
Yeah, and Isaac. You feel me? That's what like is that same covenant. He said, with thee shall I make my covenant. Bust the Christian up. Go ahead.
Come. And thou shalt come into the ark.
Right. You're going to come into the ark. Go ahead.
Come. Thou and thy son.
And thy sons. Right. The Most High loved Noah so much that he even loved his sons too. Go ahead.
And thy wife.
And thy wife. Go ahead.
And thy sons' wives.
Right.
With thee.
That's how much he loved Noah. That he brought his sons and his sons' wives and his wife. He brought his pet onto the ark. Mm-hmm. That's the love right there. That God is love. But he didn't love everybody else, because what it say in verse 17 at the end, and everything that is in the earth shall die. Everything that is in the earth shall die. But then, yeah, you know what I mean? Destroy all flesh but then Noah and his sons and his sons' sons, you know what I mean? Or his sons and their wives and his wife, they're going to be saved. They're going to be on the ark. You see the difference?
Right.
That's the love. That's the love for God, because Noah loved the Most High so much that he was perfect. Noah was an upright and upright standing man, and he taught his sons how to be upright and how to stand upright with the Most High. But the rest of the world, they got destroyed. Let's keep going. Verse 19.
Come. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shall thou bring into the ark.
Right. Okay. 2 of every sort that shall bring in the ark. Because male and female, right? Because when you have a cow, if you bring a cow onto the ark, right, and then after that, it is just a male cow. The male cow's going to die eventually, and there's not going to be no more cows, right? So you have to bring 2 of every kind. You have to bring male and female. Mm-hmm. Let's keep reading.
Come. To keep them alive with thee.
Right. To do what?
To keep them alive with thee.
To keep them alive with thee, because everything else is gonna die. So it was like 2 cows that he was like, yeah, I like those cows right there, because you know what I mean? They're not wild like the other cows. The other cows, they be fighting with each other. With them 2 cows right there, they just like to roam around and eat grass. and
cows and the troops.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? They're not violent. You feel me? The lion that slept 24 hours a day, he was like, yeah, I want that lion. You know what I'm talking about? I want that lion and those. You feel me? And those his wives over there, those lionesses over there. I don't want that lion that be running around one to beef with everybody all the time. I want the lazy lion. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Keep reading.
There shall be male and female.
Right.
Verse 20. Of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, and of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind. 2 of every sort shall come unto thee to keep them alive.
Right. So now it's talking about the birds, right? And it's talking about the cattle, right? Everything, 2 of it to keep them alive. Because you can't destroy everything on the earth, because then how it's going to replenish itself. But you can destroy 98% of it. Yeah, you feel me? You can't destroy 98% of it. The Most High saying it right now. I can't destroy 98% of it. And for the plants and all that, it take water for them to grow. So they was good. Keep going. Verse 21.
Come. And take that one to thee all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee.
Right.
And for them.
Right. So now he's telling them to gather food for the animals that's on there,
right,
and gather food for yourself, because you're gonna be on there for a minute, because we're gonna destroy this place. But you're gonna be on there for a minute. You're gonna be on there for a minute, because I'm going to destroy this place. That's what he's telling you. I'm gonna command the angels to destroy this place. Ooh-wee. And then he said ooh-wee afterwards. I'm pretty sure. Or Most High probably said no cap. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the Most High said no cap. Like, no cap. You feel me? This is real talk right here. You feel me? And if you don't believe me, just watch.
Right.
Nigga. No, that's what he told you. Don't believe me, just watch. You feel me? And that's what he's saying now. If you don't believe what I'm going to do, just watch. And he's showing us every day, and people are still just walking by, whatever. They're not giving a damn.
Right.
They're not giving a damn, but that's okay, because in the time of Noah, they didn't give a damn either until the flood came.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and let's go back to the Hebrew. I gotta
keep we're gonna be in Genesis chapter 6, verse 22.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get there again. Oh, I can't see that at all. So, if you got any questions?
I'm not asking.
You sure you can ask all the questions you want to ask right here, right now? We here. You know what I mean?
There was a question that I had walked in on my grandfather reading the Bible at one point.
Go ahead.
And I had asked him, like, it's a general question. Why do you think people wrote the New Testament?
Because
and they don't follow the Old Testament. Why?
You said, why you think they wrote the New Testament?
Why did they have the New Testament?
Well,
to follow the New Testaments of the Old Testament.
Well, the New Testament was the testify of Christ. You know what I mean? So they had to. So the old covenant, they had to bring the new covenant in, right, with Christ. And so when Christ was walking around and the disciples was walking around, did they have any Old Testament? I mean, did they have any New Testament then? No, because the New Testament was being wrote about them, right? So they had to go from off something, right? So what did you think they went out when like what were they reading or what were they teaching from? They were teaching from the Old Testament, right? But then years later they had to write the New Testament about Christ, because we had to understand about Christ, because at that time Israelites were separate. You know what I mean? There was only Judah, Benjamin, and Levi that was in Judea, and the rest of the Israelites were over here. So how would the northern tribe even find out about Yahweh Shai Mashiach, about the King of Israel coming to put the two sticks back together, coming to put Israelites back together? Right? How would they even figure it out? That's why the New Testament was wrote for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to come back together.
I got a couple scriptures for that.
You got a couple scriptures for it?
Yeah. Let me get Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Yeah, go hold that where you're at. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16.
Yeah, whose Bible is this? This your Bible?
Come on, sir.
Yeah, we gonna need the camp Bible, or the Bible that I got from Amazon.
Is in the book bag.
Yeah, but because this is small writing.
It is like it.
We're gonna need the bigger.
I like this one. Got the apocrypha built straight in. Though.
I know.
It's hard to find them like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Especially in large print.
Mm-hmm. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16.
Got it.
34 and 16.
Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead. Whenever you got it.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16.
Mm-hmm. That's the first thing. Keep in mind right here. Go ahead.
Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read.
And so, the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, the New Testament, important parts of our culture were recorded throughout time. Go ahead.
No one of these shall fail.
No one of these shall fail, meaning, these scriptures is not going to fail. Let's keep going.
None shall want her mate.
None shall want her mate. That's talking about other books we can't tie into the scriptures. And that, I guess the main question is what people need to understand is that we can't put the Bible, we can't take away from it, first of all.
Right.
And we can't add to it. But one thing that we know for sure is that this last part, this is one of the reasons why I brought it out, is this last part right here. Go ahead.
Come. For my mouth it has commanded.
For what?
For my mouth it hath commanded.
The Most High commanded these books to be written. So yeah, man did write it down, but the scriptures was ultimately commanded by the Most High to be made through men that were deemed worthy of the Most High's, you know what I'm saying, like to him work with that person. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said from my mouth it had commanded, and go ahead and finish that verse.
Come. And his spirit it hath gathered them.
And his spirit it had gathered them, meaning that the Most High moved the spirit of man throughout these ages, throughout the Old Testament, throughout the time of the Greco-Roman Empire's ascension, during the Apocrypha, of course, the Maccabees and everything like that. And that's why Christ was following everything up until that point, because Christ kept the Passover. He also kept Hanukkah. Hanukkah. It tells you that Christ was celebrating the winter celebration, right? So we know that he kept up with the histories and the records that the Most High had commanded to be made. And so the whole Bible is all one record. There's one other. I just got to get this real quick. It's Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. So from Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 16.
I got a scripture on it too. You feel me?
I like it. Just going straight with what that is saying, because Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20.
8 and 20.
Taking all my scripture, all the scripts. You feel me? I got a scripture for it too.
No worries, sir. I ain't taking your break out. Just
I got a scripture.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Come. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 20.
So we're in the Old Testament. Go ahead.
To the law and to the testimony.
Read that again.
To the law and to the testimony.
To the law and to the testimony. Talking about the testaments. And I'm talking about the Old Testament and the New Testament. The Apocrypha. These are all testimonies, right? So the everything after the law, after the first 5 books, from the prophets to, you know what I'm saying, even all the way Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, those are all to the testimony that the Most High had ordained his spirit to gather those scriptures. It says, for I had commanded it, and his spirit, it had gathered them. He gathered these testaments together. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Come. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Right, there's no light in them. That's why Light ain't got no light in him, because he ain't speaking according to the word. That's why, the chematology, all the so-called conscious community, they don't have the truth, because they don't have the answers. They don't have that realness that comes with knowing the law, the testimony, the whole Bible. You know what I'm saying? Christianity, right. They don't have light in them because they don't have the law and the testimony. They don't have the whole shebang. You know what I'm talking about? The whole library of the Bible and all the books. That's something you gotta keep in mind. All Old Testament, New Testament, Apocrypha. It's all important.
And plus, they're not lighting. They don't have the light, but they're lighting something. You know what I mean? They're lighting that. They're lighting drugs and cigarettes, and they're lighting something, but they don't have the lights. But they're lighting something. Trust me. But give me Jeremiah 31 and 31. Give me Jeremiah 31 and 31. You feel me? Get straight test scriptures. You feel me?
And get that
Jeremiah. Yeah, and I gotta talk to you about that too, about what Officer Dawa does. The orders that came down about that.
You said 31, so?
Mm-hmm. Jeremiah 31 and 31. What's that? That's the Camp Bible? You got pictures in your Bible? Wait a minute. I need one of these joints. Like pictures. I like books with pictures in it. You know what I mean?
I won't got pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a little bit.
Okay, I got it. So.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
Behold,
right.
The days come.
Right. The day has come. It said, behold, the day has come. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord.
Right. The Lord is saying this.
That I will make a new covenant.
A what?
A new covenant.
A new covenant. Because in the old covenant, when you committed sin, either you had to die or you had to give a sacrifice for your sin, right? You understand that? All right, you understand that? So yeah, you either had to sacrifice your life, like when you commit adultery and things like that, or homosexuality, you'll have to give your life. But then there was things that you would just give an ox, a turtle dove, you know what I mean? Things we're gonna get into that more when we get into Leviticus. Go ahead.
Come with the house of Israel.
Right. So we had a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. The old covenant didn't suffice no more because in the time of Christ, when Christ came on the scene, the Pharisees were the Sadducees and Pharisees. They were telling people to keep the law, but then they wasn't keeping the law at themselves, right? So when somebody will sin, right, they'll bring them an ox or whatever, and they'll sacrifice the ox and all that, but then they wouldn't do the right things by the sacrifice. You understand that? So the sacrifice, the sacrifices were not, what can I say? The sacrifices were not keeping up. People just sin and bring a sacrifice. Sin and bring a sacrifice. Sin, bring a sacrifice.
Like people do when they repent.
Yeah.
They continue to sin.
Yeah.
They're not actually willing to change.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So now Christ, we have a king that came and died for us. He was the perfect sacrifice. He never sinned. Did Christ ever sin? Christ never sinned, right? But he died for our sins. He died for our sins. And that's what the new covenant about. Keep going.
Come. Verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers.
Right. So it's a whole new covenant, but it's still with the same people, but it's not with the covenant that he made with our fathers. Not what he made with Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and the one of those 12 sons. It's the same covenant, but it's a new covenant. It's not the same covenant that he made with them, but it's with the same people, basically. And that's who Christ came to die for. Is there any more on that? Yeah, keep going.
Come. In the day that I took them upon the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt.
Right. You understand that too, right? That he brought the Israelites out of the land of Egypt, right? Go ahead. And this is right where we at right now is modern day Egypt. This is modern day Egypt. This is spiritually Egypt. Everything that was in Egypt is here in America in Babylon the Great. Because Egypt just took everything that they had from the old Babylon with Nimrod. And then now here in America, they just took everything. If you look at a dollar, they have an eagle on the back of the dollar that's just like Egypt. They have a pyramid on the back of the dollar, just like Egypt. The all-seeing eye, whatever, on the back of the dollar, just like Egypt. This is spiritually Egypt. You understand that? All right. Keep going.
Which my covenant they break.
Right. Because we broke that covenant that came out of Egypt. We broke that old covenant. So now the Lord had to had to make a new covenant with us. Because we were breaking that old covenant. You understand that? We already explained how we was breaking that old covenant, right? With the covenant of sacrifice. Now we don't do sacrifices no more. You know what I mean? Nobody can put you to death for breaking the laws, but we can, people can correct you on breaking the laws. You know what I mean? Well, we can't. Nobody's gonna kill nobody for breaking the law because everybody has sinned. That's why in the New Testament, when the adulteress came to Christ and he didn't say oh, don't sin her. He said he who's without sin. Yeah, he didn't say don't stone her. He said he who is without sin cast the first stone. And nobody there that was without sin except Christ, because everybody has sinned once before, at least once. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's how that's here today. Everybody in the world has sinned at least once, so I can't put nobody to death for sinning, because at one point in time I didn't know either. You know what I mean? One point in time, Ayalawan didn't know. We didn't know at one point in time, so we were doing the same thing that everybody else do, and that's why it's up to us to bring bring the truth to them, to our people,
right?
So they can know. Now, once we tell them, once we bring out the truth to them, it's up to them to either want to change or not want to change. You know what I mean? It's all up to them. And when Christ comes back, he's going to separate that. He's going to bring a separation. He's going to you understand that separation, right? From the clean from the unclean. All right.
It's gonna be a lot of death.
You said what?
It's gonna be a lot of death.
There's gonna be a lot of death. It's gonna be a lot of death. It's already a lot of death now. Imagine when Christ comes. It's gonna be more death and more death.
He's just doing it in phases.
Yeah, because he's trying to. Right now, it's the end time. So he's trying to wake all of Israel up that wants to be woken up. He's trying to wake them up, and everybody that's seeing it, that's seeing all the murder and all the captivity all the murder and all the death taking place. Everybody that's seeing that is they're either making a choice to be like, oh, what? No, it don't, whatever, or they'll be like, I need to do something about it. I need to do something about it. And what to do. That's why the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is here.
Right.
You know what I mean? I remember when I seen that video of Philando Castile and he died in front of his wife and his child. And then his wife didn't even understand what was going on at first. And then she cried. She understood what was going on. Then she started crying. And then the child in the back said, "Don't worry, mommy, I'm here for you." That made me join the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, because I was just like, okay, now I have to do something, and I don't know what to do, but then I got with men that knew what to do. You dig what I'm saying?
That's right.
I got with men that knew what to do, and I called the number, and I haven't turned back ever since.
We all got to make that call sometime.
You dig? And that's what the New Testament's about. The New Testament is making a difference, separating things.
That's right.
Separating things. You know what I mean? It's even more of a separation now. Did that answer your question?
Constant.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
All right. What time is it?
38.
What time you gotta be done?
About 1.
We was back in Hebrew, right?
Come on.
Yeah, let's go back to the Hebrew. So like it.
All right.
We'll go back to Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go back to the Hebrew. So we can knock out these last 7 verses and then go to the English and.
All right. Genesis chapter 6, verse 22. Do you want me to read this one, sir, or do you want him to keep?
I mean,
we're working on them together, so
yeah, he can keep going.
All right.
All right. 22.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Waya Asha.
Waya Asha.
Knock.
Mm-hmm.
Kakao.
Asar.
Mm-hmm. Kazawa. Mm-hmm. It's Athawa.
Salaki.
Atawa.
Mm-hmm.
Alahayim.
Mm-hmm. Khan.
Asa.
Mm-hmm. Asha. That's good. Verse 23. Oh, Salaki. That's the end of chapter 6.
That's the end of chapter 6?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was only one verse, huh?
Concept.
Let's get the next 6 verses, I guess. Let's do 5.
Come. Genesis chapter 7, verse 1. Waya Amar. Yahweh. Lanach. Ba'a. Atha. Wakal. Bayathak. Al. Hathaba'a. Ba'a. Kaya. Athak. Raya. So like a Ra'a. Yathaya. Yathaya. Tazadayak. Lapanaya.
Lapanya.
Bada Wara.
Badara.
Hazah. Verse 2. Makal. Haba Hama.
Let him try first.
Concept.
Haba Hama.
That's a ta.
Hata Harwa.
Hara. That's a Q, so it's a quack. When it closes, like when you see how that one has the open slit right there, that's a ha. And then when it's closed, it's a ha.
Like my name.
Yeah. Kabal. Yeah. The quack.
Okay. Aka.
There you go. Shabai.
Shabai.
It says it twice. Shabai. Ayash. Wa'ashathawa.
Ewa Shabawa.
Waman.
Haba Hamath. Hashar.
Go ahead. La'a. Tahara.
Tara.
Hawa'a. Shanayam.
Shanayam.
Shanyam, Slakia.
Shanyam.
Ayash.
Wow. I just said this too. Ashabath.
Wa'ashathawa. Sorry, correct. Verse 3. So we're going to 5, sir? Through 5? Come on. All right, next part. Gam. Ma'aiwap. Hashamayam.
Hashayamam.
Yeah, Hashamayam. All right, go ahead.
It would be Shabbat, Zakar,
Hanakwaba,
Hanakwaba, Lahayawa, Sarah,
Sarai. That's good.
Al, Pana,
Panya.
Ka,
Ha'arataza. That's the end of verse 3.
All right.
Kaya.
Kaya,
Like I think it's
Layahayim,
it's like
Lahayim,
yum, like yum. Those are kind of put together. So like yum.
I can't even help you. I can't even see.
Iwad.
Iwad,
Shabai. Anakaya.
Anayakaya, Mamti,
Amatayar.
Mamatiyar, Al, Hazatara,
Ha'arataza.
When you see earth, it's arataza, and you just have to put in the prefix and the suffix.
Right, and that's what the ha is. Ha means the.
You know what I mean? Ha arataza, the earth. You dig what I'm saying? And then like yeah, when you see numbers, you know what I mean? It's like 1 through 10 is just 1 through 10. Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai, Kamash, Shasha, Shabai, Shamwana, Tashai, Aishra. You know what I mean? And it's just gonna be like it's gonna be 7 or it's gonna be 7D. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be like I know we'll get there.
Well, I'll show you right here. So like this part where it says 40. Arabayim. Well, the word 4, the letter 4 is Arabai.
Right.
But Arabayam means multiple. Like you say Akim, right?
Yeah,
Akim.
Single.
Yeah.
Akim.
Right. And 40 is just a way of letting you know 4, but like many of them. So it's like 40. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's like it says the earth, it's ha arataza. So like we have prefixes and suffixes that we add to what's it called, to change the word slightly. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So ha'arabayim. All right, and then the next one, days, is yawam. Wa means and, so it's the same word. We're just adding and.
Arabai. Yum.
Perfect. All right, next. La yala. La yala. And I will destroy, he says, Wama Kayatha. Wama Kaya Thaya.
Ka Hakum.
Ashar.
Yeah, that's good. Ashar, go ahead.
Yeah, face.
Asha Yathaya. Ma'al. Panya.
That's Panya is face.
And
Salaki.
Ha'adama.
Adama.
Sometimes what's crazy is that earth is arataza, but it's also ha'adama, which is kind of crazy because Adam is like almost like he's saying Adam's name in it, like it belongs to Adam. Verse 5.
Last verse.
What?
Waya Aisha.
Waya Sha.
Knock.
Ka. Ashar,
Tazawah,
Yahweh.
Right? See, you see how, you know what I mean? You see how you seen Yahweh and you knew Yahweh. It's the same. It's the same thing with the other words. It just takes repetition.
Yeah, and also too, when we start to get more and more into the vocabulary, we'll know where the connectors go. Sometimes usually there's a connector at the end, like ashar. It's not ashara. It's ashar, right? But there are some words like panya where we know that there's two letters at the beginning of the phrase or in the middle of the phrase that are joined together, like Banyamyan, like the tribe of Benjamin. Banyam. We're not sounding every single letter until the end. There are some phrases where there's some some joining going on.
That's all. Before we got the what's the name, the alphabet.
Yeah, it's over here. Hold up. It might be over there, actually.
Before you leave, take a picture of the alphabet. That way you can have that. That way you can go home and you can study that. And then when you get here, it won't be so much as like a new letter or a new character to see. Right. You know what I mean? Be like, oh yeah, I've seen that. You know, I've been reading that all week. As wa, a ra. You know what I mean? Like it'll get simpler.
I did like this. Look, when we were studying for the test.
Yeah. Officer Chapat made us do that. You know what I mean?
God, how was I was just practicing and every time I would write it, I would say it, right? And then the same thing with B. I just start writing it over and over. And every time I write the letter, I would pronounce it, right? God, and I did that all the way through the whole alphabet. You see that? And then also again in the Assyrian, because this is actually what we're reading when we look at the app, the Assyrian Hebrew, which we don't. Brothers like the ancient more than the Assyrian. You feel me? But it's all about repetition.
We like the pictogram more than we like the ancient Assyrian.
I don't know if you can see the camera. I'm just writing the letters over and over through the whole alphabet. That's how I learned the
right. Think about English. You got kids, right? So like,
no, you're right. No, that's exactly what you do.
Yeah. You feel me? Your kids, they learn A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P because we're around the house teaching it to them. You know what I mean? Say your ABCs: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It got to be we're learning a new language. We never learned this language before, so we're learning a new language. So we have to get the repetition of learning that language. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll be at the house, I'll be around here like Yahabashim Yahshab Rakatham because I have to you have to get your tongue used to saying those, you know what I mean? Arataza. You got to get your tongue used to saying it. Because your tongue's not used to saying these words. So it takes practice. Practice makes perfect.
And before you know it, we'll be reading this like this. These are the prayers, but we transliterate them to English. Shah, Ayanya. There's going to be a time where we're reading it in just the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a time where we're reading it fluently, just like that, just from the practice and knowing the letters and getting the words down. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. We're going to be talking like you know how you ever had that time where like you have family that might talk Spanish, but you don't know Spanish? Or you got anybody around that's talking another language, but you don't know it?
Of course.
We supposed to be like that for the other nations to see like
we live in San Antonio.
You know what I'm we'll be. It's if there's an exclusivity with it, right? There's a camaraderie that's built between somebody like two Hispanics walk up to each other talking in English, and then they find out that they talk Spanish also. They're like "Sabla Español," and then they start talking Spanish. And they're like, "Oh yeah, no, we really conversating now." We will have that camaraderie with the Hebrew.
I love when somebody called me and. You know what I mean? And I'm in front of people. Oh man, how about Shimmy Shabrak? Yeah, they be looking like, what are you talking about? Like, you feel me? I like it. I love it. I be like,
it's like
don't worry about it. Yeah, it's like
that's not Spanish.
And it doesn't sound like the Yiddish, you know what I mean? Because it sounds so effeminate. Yeah, the Yiddish sounds so effeminate, but they how about Shimmy Shabrak? You know, that sounds like a man, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, it's tough. Sounds tough.
Like, but we can go ahead in the English, so we can go ahead and close out.
Was it verse 21?
Mm-hmm. Yep, verse 21.
The last one of Genesis. Yeah, go ahead.
This is book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
And take thou unto thee our food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee, and food for them.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 22. Thus did Noah according to all that God commanded him, so he did.
Messiah Christ. He followed orders, you know what I'm saying? All right, and we're going to Genesis 7 and 1.
Khan. This is book Genesis chapter 7, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteousness before me in this generation. That's it. Verse 2. Of every clean beast.
Oh, Salaki. I got a text message from Captain Yagarwa. Let's start at verse 1 again on 7. Salaki.
Khan. Verse chapter 7, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark.
Right. So he said, come thou, you and all your your son, all your family, come into the ark. Come on. It's almost that time. Ooh wee. You feel me? Just like he's telling us now. Go ahead.
For thee have I seen righteousness before me in this generation.
Right, because I've seen out of everybody here out on the planet, you and your family, I've seen righteousness. I've seen righteous. You know what I'm saying? That's where I see the place of righteous at, is with you and your family, Noah. So you get on this ark and be saved from this destruction that I'm about to give the earth. You get on here and your family, because I love y'all. I love you so much, man. That's how the Most High is. So, and now he's sifting out the generations of the righteousness in this generation that we in now. You understand that? Because you were just asking about Christ, right? In the New Testament, right? So the New Testament, he's sifting out all of the righteous in this generation, because he's going to destroy the earth and everybody's going to get judged, but the righteous are going to get saved and be the rulers and their families. You ever heard of the 1/3 of Israel?
Right.
Is it the 1/3 that's going to be saved of Israel, right?
Right.
2/3 will be killed.
Yeah. You ever heard of the 1/3 that's going to be saved? Right. And so you ever heard of the elect? The 144,000? Okay, but 144,000 are going to be the crisis government, the rulership on the planet. You know what I mean? That's going to be the 144,000 Israelites, the men that endure to the end.
That's right. And
the 1/3 are going to be our families. Are going to be the families of the elect of the 1/3. I mean of the 144,000. Do you understand that? Because we're not going to get saved, and our families are not going to get saved. You know what I mean? Some of our families might die though. They just might, though we never know. You know what I mean? But that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? The 144,000 are gonna get crowns on their head, and they're gonna rule the kingdom of heaven. And then they have to have families, like their wives, their children. You know what I mean? What about the brother that how did Captain Yatazak explain it to me? You know what? I'm gonna get another breakdown on that, because Captain Yatazak explained it to me, but I remember how he explained it, but I don't want to mess it up. All right. So we get back to you on that one. Go ahead. But he's sifting out the chosen generation, the righteous among this generation that's out here. All right. Just like he did in the time of Noah. There's so much. How can I say it? There's so much correlation between the time of Noah and the time of now. You know what I mean? Because destruction is coming. And the time of Noah, they seen destruction. Go ahead.
Con. Start from 1.
No, we can start at 2.
Con. Verse 2. Of every clean beast that shall take to thee by sevens.
Wait. It says of every clean beast. This is the Old Testament, right?
Right.
Con, sir.
This is Genesis. They talking about there was no law in Genesis. Now read that part again.
Con.
Ooh, that's heavy.
Of every clean beast.
How did they know about clean and unclean if there was no law in Genesis?
There it is, right there.
There's more instruction in Genesis. Genesis is filled with laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
It's filled with laws, statutes, and commandments. The Christian church just don't want to follow no laws. But the laws have been there since the beginning of time. Since Adam. Because Adam was the first man that the Lord gave instruction to. There was plenty of people on the earth at the time of Adam, but the Lord chose one man to give instruction to. Yikes.
Christ.
And it's always been like that. The Lord has never talked to multiple people at one time. He's always talked to, at first he talked to Noah, then he talked to Abel. You know what I mean? Then Abel got murdered. He talked to Seth. You know what I mean? Now he's talking to only Noah. Then he talks to only Abraham. Then he talks to only Isaac. You know, then he talks to only Jacob. Like, he doesn't talk to everybody. You know what I mean? So everybody, so it's only now that there's many people talking about they talk to the Lord. And we only know that Commanding General Yohana is the only one that the Lord deals with. You know what I mean? They get, what's up? Oh, they can take it how they want to take it. They can feel how they want to feel, but that's the rank and order structure. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or maybe the Most High deals with one of these Christian pastors out here that's eating pork and molesting children and sleeping with brothers' wives. Mm. Maybe the Lord was like, yeah, I like that. No. The Lord don't deal with that. The Lord don't deal with that. The Lord deals with men with men that keep laws, statutes, and commandments. And you can only find that here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
That's the only place you're going to find that. That's the only place you're going to find that. Damn right. Go ahead.
Come. The male and his female. Mm-hmm. And of beasts that are not clean by 2.
Right. So the first he was telling them about taking everything off the earth and things like that. It was just simple. It was simple. It wasn't that. But now his time is coming, right? Now the time is coming for destruction, right? Now he's telling you, like, look, every clean thing takes 7. You know what I'm saying? Every unclean thing take 2. Now he's getting real specific. The Most High is getting real specific with Noah. You know what I mean? Like now he's getting real specific about what to take and what not to take. You feel me? So he said, get your family on there, and all the clean beasts take 7, and all the unclean beasts take 2. You feel me? He getting real serious about it. Now it's getting real. Keep going.
Come. The male and his female.
Right.
Verse 3. Of fowls, also of the air by 7s.
Right.
The male and the female,
right,
to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth.
Right, to keep what alive?
To keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth.
And that's crazy right there when it says seed alive.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the crazy part, because the woman don't carry seed. Females don't carry seed, but the males carry seed. But the males wouldn't be the males alone wouldn't be able to bring forth new creatures,
right? New
people, new animals, new nothing. So we need the women to bring forth new animals, new people,
right?
New, you know what I mean? It's like
new people.
It's only here. That's what I'm saying. It's only here in America, where America says that the woman don't need need a man for anything. You know what I'm talking about? Like, how you not need a man for anything? You know what I'm talking about? But you see, the times are changing now, where you can't even go to the grocery store without having to look over your back. You're gonna need a man to go there and hold shamar. You feel me? You're gonna need a man to go there and keep watch, because somebody might come in there with a weapon and start to murder people.
They just might.
You know what I mean? It just might. It just might. Now they're going to need more men teachers at the schools.
Right.
With weapons. With weapons. Because the police was scared. The police was scared to go into the elementary school. You know what I mean? They sit there and tell me they had to wait for a key. Boy, if you don't blow them explosives, them doors off and get in there and save them kids, save them babies.
Window or something, you know.
Save them babies, but they don't want to save the babies because they're Black, Hispanic, and Native American. So that's our job to save the babies.
Right.
Hence Hebrew Academy. I gotta hint that. Yeah. You feel me? Keep going, Art.
Come. Verse 4. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth.
7 days straight, the Lord caused it to rain upon the earth. Ooh-wee. And it flooded. How come it has rained for 7 days ever since?
No. Well, come on, yeah.
I don't know if it rained for 7 days, but I believe if it rained for 7 days, it'll flood somewhere. You know what I mean? It flooded in Louisiana, and they, you know what I mean? That's because they overflooded the canal. But Hurricane Harvey came and it flooded. It flooded in what's the name?
Houston.
In Houston, the Lord will flood something. The Lord will flood some ish.
So like if I could.
What's up?
And then what happened when Hurricane Harvey hit Houston? What happened? What that drug dealer do? They had all that money in the walls.
I don't know. You talking about Joe Osteen? Yeah, because that's what drug dealers do. They hide their money in the wall.
What did he do in Hurricane Harvey?
Oh, he closed his doors.
Yeah.
The Christian church closed his doors. I'll give you one even better. What did the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge do under commanding General Yohanan?
Open theirs. They
was out in the hurricane giving out water and supplies and things like that. They was out there in the hurricane. Captain Yatazak and the brothers in Houston were out there in the hurricane. Give them a hand. Give them a hand. Give them a hand. That's just like the mission to Acuna. The mission to Acuna. They were when everybody wasn't trying to go to Mexico and do nothing. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge put boots on the ground and went out there and did work, the Lord's work.
Yeah, right.
Where were all the other Israelite groups at? Where were all the fake Israelite groups at? At home safe. While we're going through cartel territory. While we're out there in hurricanes. That's what happens, man. The Lord is separating the fake from the real right now. Yeah, right. And that's what he did. That's what he did in the time of Noah. He separated Noah from all the fake ones. From everybody else. And because Noah was the real one. And he did the work of the Lord. Keep going, Alex. Like. I will cause it to
rain upon the earth 7 days, Salaki. And I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
Ooh, 40 days and 40 nights. So was that 47 days? Mm-hmm. 47 nights. Yikes. I would know if it rained 2 days around here. We'd be like, God, is it ever gonna stop raining? Yeah, you know what I mean? Is it ever gonna stop raining outside? But the Most High made it rain for 40 days and 40 nights. Keep going.
Come. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy off the face of the earth.
Right, there it is again. Destroy. Destruction. Woe. Can I say that? Woe unto them. Because the Most High the Most High is all about destruction. But he's all about love too for Noah and the rest of them. But he was about destruction. Go ahead.
Come. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him.
Right. There it is. Noah did everything that the Lord commanded him, like commanding General Yohanan, does everything that the Lord commanded of him. You know what I mean? And then he raises generals, captains, officers, troopers, young men, sisters. You know what I mean? That changed the way of that changed their lives from the world and changed their life to come unto Christ and do as Christ did, is that keep law, statutes, and commandments. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And do the work of the Lord. Because the sisters think that that they don't do the work of the Lord. Hell, when we out there at camp and the sisters help us, we be out there halfway dying. The sisters bring us to camp meals. We be ready for them camp meals, don't we?
Right.
We ready for them camp meals. The water, sis. Because you know, we was out here speaking. You know, tomorrow bring us a pack of water and some propels. We be like, we come back to life after that. Like, we sure was hungry. You know, tomorrow feeding the men of the Lord is a job. You know what I mean? Because we have a hard job of going out there and battling, telling everybody that we're right and you're wrong. Like Kevin Cotters, say, going out there and telling everybody you're right, we're right, and you're wrong, and coming out of the Bible with it. So when brothers get camp meals and things like that, and sisters help out with the Sabbath, with what's it called, the high holy days, the food and things like that, and keep the household in order, where the brothers cannot don't have to come home and have to come home to a clean house, or you know what I mean. It's just it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So don't ever think that's not that there's no way that you can help. There's no way that can go on. You know what I mean? There's always ways that you can help. Put your hands on something. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Put your hands on something. That's what Officer Dawada teaches us, to put our hands on something. Do something. Make sure you do something. You can tidy up the school, tidy up the signs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go out there, pass out some cards, pass out some flies. Put your hands on something. Do something. Real talk. Brothers went to Rio Grande, the RGV for camp. What we do? We put our hands on something. We got Sabbath service. We're gonna hold it down. You know what I'm talking? We're gonna hold it down.
Damn right.
We put our hands on something. Put your hands on something. Do something. You know what I'm talking about? Just don't sit at home all day and smoke weed and get drunk and mess with whores, and you know what I mean? Do something, brothers. Do something. That's it's too much of us not doing anything. And with that, we can end class.
You got the wine?
Yeah, I'm about to get the wine, but there's something. Yeah, we do the prayers first. You see this cup? All right. Grab the cup. But that red wine be looking good. Sometimes it smell good though. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, red wine smell good. Hey, put that back over there for me. That red wine do smell good though. It's sweet. Yeah, it's good. I think it do. You want some?
No, that's my husband, since he don't.
Oh, yeah, you don't drink wine, right? I'll tell you that wine good.
We'll have to start you off a little something. Yeah. All right. So you gonna do I do the?
No, you blow the horn first.
Come.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Try to hit that note, you know.
La Yashala.
La Yashala. Blow it one more time. Is the yarn over the
yeah.
Cons. You sure?
Yeah.
Both sides. there.
Let me pick it up.
Oh no, sis. There we go.
All right, we're doing the Lord's Prayer in the Lashawan Kodash. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shimka. Yahweh. Malakutka. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Talanoah. Lacham. Kal. Yawam. Wasalaknao. Kabawathno. Kasalaknao. Kabawath. Wala'ah. Tabia'ai now. Banasaya 1. Abal. Hawashai now. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wa'ala. Wa'atapara. La'awalumyam. Aman. What we said was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Hey, Mark the what's name?
Come on, sir.
Come on, we can salute the scroll real quick.
I'm gonna turn the camera.
Go ahead, I'm gonna look at you.
I'm gonna face the other way.
The other way.
Is that good?
I guess. It's a lot. Oh, it's a lot. Y'all Bashim, y'all Shabrak, yeah.
Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Brakya.
You come back. Man,
I think it's cool with this.
boy. What chord is that?
Power chord thing. Yeah, that's the main. That's the one to the computer. Just leave it there.
That need to be. All right, now we're gonna give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Sis, you can sit down.
Put the Torah
down. Oh yeah, we gotta put the Torah on. My bad. Good.
Come, sir.
All right, blow the horn. All right, we're gonna give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatah, Yad Matah. We're gonna start turning the pages, sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat. Oh, Salaki. Amajim, you can stand down, sis. You know, right hand over left. You got the right hand over left? I can't see. All right. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Elotam B'Hashem Yahushua.
And you'll repeat, you'll say it back, sis.
Shalom Yahweh Shema El Ata V'Shem Yahushua.
All right. Yeah, Yad Matah. Class dismissed.